Welcome back. In this lecture, you are going to learn how to use ChatGPT in education in order to make your teaching more AI assisted and also make your teachings more digital. So this could mean that you are looking to transfer your educational material to a more digital presence, or it could mean that you enjoy your physical teaching or you're bound to it because you work at a school, for example, but you're looking to complement what you're teaching with digital material and AI assisted assignments. So let's say, for example, that I am a biology teacher and I teach 7th graders, and I'm looking to complement my teaching with a more digital presence and give them assignments that they can perform at home. But instead of me trying to make up assignments from scratch, I can use AI assisted assignments to quickly generate a bunch of very important tasks that they can perform digitally. So jumping into ChatGPT, I could use a prompt here like, act as a biology teacher, generate a list of practice questions on the topic of photosynthesis for 7th grade biology. And let's send that away. Amazing. So I get a list of 20 different questions that probably would have taken several hours to come up with, not because you don't know the topic, but just because the creativity itself of thinking of different assignments, that is time consuming, creating something out of nothing. But that is where ChatGPT comes in. It is an endless source of creativity. So with our list of tasks, what we can do now is move over to classroom.google.com. This will be in the resources as well. Make sure that you are logged in with the correct Gmail. And if you work at a school, that might be your professional email that you want to use here. You're going to go down and then click on create class. If you're doing this privately, you can just go ahead. But then if you're working at a school, it should probably have Google Workspace. This should already be taken care by the school, but you want to read through this and then click on continue. So the first thing we're going to do is create our class. So the class name is going to be what it is that you are teaching. So the class name could be Biology 101 here, for example. It doesn't have to be the subject. It could also be called Robin's Teachings. And then I could put in multiple different assignments and multiple different teachings in there. This is more for organizational purposes. The students will still get in here no matter what you call it. So generally, if you only teach one subject, then call it that subject. If you teach multiple subjects, maybe use your own name. Like I would use Robin's Teachings or Robin's Classes, for example. Then go ahead and click on create. And then we get in here, and this is going to be pretty much the front page that all your students are going to see when they first enter your class. So if you have something to announce, you can click here and you can announce it directly to your class. You could write, for example, physical classes are canceled today because I'm sick. Could be whatever reason. You can decide to send it to all students. If you have different segments of people, you could use a different segment. If you have different classes that you've put in, you could use different classes here. And you have the ability to add in material from your drive directly from YouTube, upload files, add in links. It's very versatile. What you're going to want to do with your class, first of all, is that you're going to want to move over to people. And then if you have any co-teachers, click here and invite those people. And for all of your students, click here to invite those students. Next thing we're going to want to do is move over to classwork. We're going to click on create, and then I'm going to create questions. And this is where it gets really interesting, because here is where we start creating our material. So in ChatGPT, we already have all of the questions we've generated. So what is photosynthesis? I'm going to copy it. I'm going to paste it in here. It doesn't need any instructions. It's quite straight. And then I move to the upper right corner and I click on ask. Then I'm going to create a new one and then go to question. Grab the next one. What is the primary function of photosynthesis? Paste it in here and then go ahead and click on ask. Create a new one, question. Grab the third question, paste it in here, ask. So as you can see, you can get a ton of different assignments created in a very short amount of time. Using AI to assist you within your educational profession is a huge game changer, not only for you saving your time, but also for the students who have the ability to get more creative questions, more creative assignments, and in the future, very likely even more ability to get quick feedback when we start using chatbots and AI as a feedback bot. So while this isn't a Google Class lecture, one more thing that I want to show you is that if you click on create here, you can also reuse posts. So that means that if you're working at a school, for example, and you know that you're going to be using these questions again next year, well, you can just click here and reuse post. And then when you're teaching photosynthesis again, like in this example, you can reuse all of these questions that you have been using. Chances are the way we teach photosynthesis isn't going to be different 1 year from today. Or if you have multiple classes, then you can just go ahead and reuse that as well. So the final thing I want to show you, if you want to add some descriptions to all of these different questions as well. Of course, as a teacher, you already know this, but if you want to save a lot of time here, you could go ahead and you could write a prompt like, write a short answer to all the questions. And then we get a complete list with all of the different answers. So that means that when your student starts answering your questions, so let's say that you have 20, 30 different students, you could just go ahead and copy one of these answers. You can then move into the different questions, watch the students' answers, and if they are incorrect and you need to provide the correct answer, you could just paste that right in there along with your short description of what they should think about in the future. But to have access to AI that can create all of these different assignments for you, and then also create the answers for all of those different assignments that you can just copy paste into all of the students, and then just spend your little time adding in a short description and personalizing your answer to what the students should be thinking about in order to improve, that is next level within the education system. So to summarize, if you want to use ChatGPT within education in order to be AI assisted to same time and improve the teaching experience for the students and also make it more digital, just go to ChatGPT, ask for whatever it is that you need. Here I needed a list of practice questions on the topic of photosynthesis that was for 7th grade biology. Move over to classroom.google.com, create your class, add in those assignments. If you want to save even more time, ask ChatGPT to generate the answers as well. Keep them here at hand, either just by saving them in the conversation or in a Google document, and then you'll be ready to answer all of your student questions super quickly, effectively, and with a huge amount of time saved. Well done. And remember, if you work within education, don't just watch this, really apply it. It is a game changer. See you in the next lecture.